Chelsea are in the semi-finals of the FA Cup. We're in the quarter-finals of the Champions League. Chelsea are comfortably in a top 4 position heading into the international break. Life's good on Thomas Tuchel. Not a single goal conceded at Stamford Bridge since Thomas Tuchel has come in. Only 2 goals conceded in 14 games in all competitions. We've finally arrived. Chelsea are back. Welcome to another video of mine. It's Kemal AA, and this is another Chelsea transfer news video for you guys, where I'll keep you guys up to date with all the latest Chelsea news in the past 24 hours and some big news stories and developments. I'll be speaking about Haaland. There's some news about him. Also, Thiago Silva, how he's nearing a new contract extension at Chelsea. I'll also be giving my thoughts, opinions on the situation with Chelsea in regards to the cup competitions. Chelsea being, of course, in the semi-finals of the FA Cup. We are going to be playing Manchester City at Wembley in the semi-final, which has been confirmed after last night's semi-final draw. And of course, we know that we're playing Porto in the quarter-finals of the Champions League. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. I started off with the first news story, and it is in regards to Haaland, and this has been broken by English AS. Now, AS is a Spanish publication, and so it's been interpreted into English essentially, and they're stating that Haaland has made it absolutely clear to his agent Mino Raiola that he wants to leave Borussia Dortmund this summer if they fail to qualify for the Champions League. And I said this to you guys so many times. And it makes things interesting because as it stands right now, as you can see on your screen, you can see the Bundesliga table. Dortmund are nowhere near the top 4. And it didn't help things when they got battered by Bayern Munich a couple of weeks ago, and they drew on the weekend to Köln 2-2. Despite a late Haaland equaliser, they drew 2-2, meaning they dropped another 2 points. So that gap to top 4 has been increased, and it's not looking good for Dortmund's hopes of qualifying for the Champions League. We know that Dortmund are going to be getting a new manager in the summer. Marco Rose will be signing for Dortmund as their manager. But with the high profile of Haaland, the calibre, the level of player that he is, I don't think Dortmund can persuade him to stay if they do not qualify for the Champions League. So I said this so many times before, and I'll repeat myself again. If Dortmund were to keep Haaland, if they have any chance of keeping this guy, they have to secure Champions League football, because if they secure Champions League football, they get a stronger pull, a stronger negotiating power, because they have the player, they've got him tied down on a long contract, they know he's got all release clause next summer. They'll just sit there and go, yeah, well, he's got a release clause with 75 million euros next summer. You either pay up 150 now, or he's not yours. That's if they secure Champions League football, and the level of player Haaland is, the generational talent that he is, he can't be playing Europa League football. Let's be serious. That is not a level. And I said this the other day with Kane, that Kane's a world-class player in his prime, and he's playing Europa League football in the round of 16 to Dynamo Zagreb. These are Croatian electricians, no disrespect, so he can't be playing Europa League football. So for me, if they don't get Champions League football, it really increases Chelsea's chances of getting him. But as I keep stressing, we're not the only club in for him. Real Madrid, Barcelona, ever since they've got a presidential change, we know that Man City are our main competitors, main rivals for Haaland's signature, and we are going to struggle. Now, I'm not saying Chelsea favourites at all. We're not. That's a fact. I'm sorry to say this. If any of you guys thought Chelsea were favourites, we're not. Man City, in my personal opinion, are favourites, because I know Chelsea are one of the only handful clubs in Europe that can afford the finances. They've got the resources to pull off an Haaland. But Man City have got more than finances when it comes to Chelsea. Man City could be marching to the Premier League title this season, so already they're in a much better position than us in terms of squads, even though we're not far off in terms of squad, in terms of development, in terms of project, where they are. And of course, they're also in the Champions League quarter-final, so depending on what happens in the Champions League, but also his father. His father has a massive influence on the way he's going to end up next, and his father used to play for Man City. He's an ex-Man City player, and you've seen the pictures of Haaland in the Man City top, so for me, it's a case of Man City are strong favourites, but that doesn't mean that Chelsea are not going to sign him. As I said, I think Chelsea have got the finances and the resources to pull it off. If Roman wants it, he will get it. It's as simple as that. I think Chelsea have a fantastic opportunity to sign Haaland, but we're not favourites at all. And that's just my thoughts, opinions, that is mixed in with facts. It is a subjective opinion, but it's also littered with facts in there as well. We have a strong possibility to sign Haaland, but it's nowhere near definite at all. And for me, if Chelsea want to elevate to the next level, if we really want to win the Champions League, Premier League, etc., we have to sign this level of striker. Defensively, we're fantastic. There's a structure in place, there's patterns of play. Defensively, we're very solid. I'm satisfied with that defensively. But our problem is scoring goals. Despite us spending over £250 million on attacking talent to replace Eden Hazard, we still haven't improved the amount of goals that we've scored. Our XG, we're underperforming our XG. It's as simple as that. We're not scoring enough goals. I know Ziyech is, maybe slowly starting to find some form, We know that Timo Werner's also finding some form. So there is signs there, which is fantastic news because they're slowly adapting. But it's not enough. It's not enough. I think that adding Erling Haaland to the mix, you're really going to boost your chances. But that is the latest on Erling Haaland. And now let's move on. Let's move on to some news for you guys. Now, international news. Of course, we are now heading into an international break. Edouard Mendy will remain at Cobham. He will not go to Senegal for the international break. And there's one specific reason for that. He's having an operation. He's having surgery. Now, you guys might be panicking already. You know, he's having surgery. What? Relax. It's nothing to do with... It's not football related. He's got a toothache, so he's going to have an operation on his tooth. And so hopefully in 2 weeks' time when football resumes, he would have recovered by then. It's perfectly fine. It's not something to his knee or anything, thank goodness, because, you know, especially to the last 100 metre race of the season, we need our players firing. We need a fully fit squad. And please, to the football gods, I'm begging you, please. Yeah, this happens every time. Always this fuckery happens, right? We go away to international break and there's one of our key players gets injured. Not even just one, sometimes a couple or multiple of our Chelsea players get injured on the international break. I'm speaking to you now, football gods, yeah? Please, injury free, yeah? Let them go on the international break, let them perform and let them come back safely. That's all we are asking for. Now, Hakim Ziyech will be going on international break. The German players and Antonio Rudiger, Kai Havertz and Timo Werner, they will be remaining at Chelsea, which is amazing news for us because of the COVID regulations and protocols. They will be remaining at Cobham training, which is good. Again, one-on-one training with Tuchel. They can come, they can train, no risk of injury. Lovely, jovely. Reece James, of course. Reece James, Ben Chilwell, Mason Mount, they're all going to be travelling with the England squad. Thiago Silva is also remaining at Cobham. Again, good news. Jorginho's remaining at Cobham because he's got a slight knock. So there are some really key players staying at Chelsea, which is really good. And here's a stat for you guys. Thomas Tuchel, we have the fewest goals conceded since Thomas Tuchel's arrival in the UEFA top 5 leagues in all competitions. We've only conceded 2 in that time, where Inter and Wolfsburg have conceded 5, or Susana have conceded 6, and Mainz have conceded 7. So it really puts it into perspective how amazing we have been under Tuchel defensively. You can tell there's a structure in place with that. Now, moving on to some exciting stuff, talking point for the final part. Can Chelsea win the double? Can we actually do the double? Can we repeat 2012 and win a double? The Champions League and the FA Cup. Now, Thomas Tuchel, of course, he had an interview after the game and he said that he has never been to Wembley, but he's very excited as it was a big personal target and a target for the club. So he's very happy that we're going. He said that at the beginning of the week, the target was to enter the quarter-finals of the Champions League and to reach Wembley, to reach the semi-finals of the FA Cup. And both objectives have been achieved, which is amazing news. Now, my question to you guys, can we do the double? Can we win both trophies? Can we win any trophy? You know, so for me, of course, these are the only 2 competitions where we can realistically win a trophy because the Premier League has gone with 17 points behind Man City. You can't recuperate that. You can't make up the difference there. But top 4 is the priority for the Premier League, so that's fine. But the FA Cup. Now, of course, the semi-final draw is revealed. Chelsea are playing Man City, and Leicester got Southampton in the other semi-final. So, theoretically, this is really the FA Cup final because whoever wins out of these 2, Chelsea, Man City, in my personal opinion, no disrespect to Southampton or Leicester, even though they could also win it, I believe that whoever wins between Chelsea and Man City will go on to win the FA Cup. So this is crucial. I've seen people complaining, saying, "Oh, I wish we got Southampton, Leicester." Put it this way: this is the perspective I had. Let's say hypothetically we got Southampton, and let's say we beat Southampton and got to the FA Cup final, and then we played Man City. You were gonna play Man City anyway. So what does it matter if you play them in a semi-final or a final? You're gonna play them anyway. And a case of, would you rather lose a final or lose a semi? For me, I'd rather lose a semi because going through the pain of losing a final, it's not nice. We've done this with the Carabao Cup a couple of years ago, with the whole Kepa debacle, etc. It's not a nice feeling. You'd rather crash out of the semis, and Pep Guardiola has a fantastic record in the final. So again, you were going to face him anyway. Why not just face him now? If you want to be the best, you've got to beat the best. It's as simple as that. So Chelsea have got Man City. I fancy our chances. Yes, people may put Man City as favourites, but the form that we've been on defensively, how strong we've been, we have a similar squad in terms of quality and depth to Man City. I really fancy our chances. I think Chelsea can definitely win the FA Cup, and we would stop Man City from doing the quadruple as well. In regards to Champions League, I think that we are favourites, of course, to progress against Porto, and we got a favourable draw in the semis where we're playing the winners of Real Madrid or Liverpool, where put into context we could have got Man City, Bayern or PSG. So we are counting ourselves lucky in that regard. But I think we can win both personally. I genuinely believe Thomas Tuchel can win a double at Chelsea. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. If you did enjoy this news, leave it to smash like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'll see all of you guys for my next video. Peace.